О, супер, окей. I think и я эти хорошо тут иду. Ой, простите. Classic. Подожди. Royal York Spa Signature Facial. After consultation with the client, you already assess their skin, you already know their goals, you know where their state is, you know their skincare routine, you know, you can see what they need, what you're going to perform, the step by step. You already explain what products you're going to use, and based on the choice of your products, we're going to go ahead and start facial. Okay, so we're gonna wash our client's face. Always be in touch with them. Make sure your hands are warm. If they're cold, you're gonna warm them under the hot water. Sorry if it's cold. Okay, so and you always make a connection with your client, because usually people come in and they're tired, maybe they stressed. Also pay attention to how they tense. Also ask them to breathe with their stomach fully through the whole facial, and ask them slightly always keep their mouth kind of not too tense. Okay, slightly open your mouth, and so this way they're not clenching their jaw. Okay, so because quite often it's the reason why people are swollen, and that's why maybe they, anytime they chew in muscle and spasm, the whole world right now going through this. It's keeping in the middle of the face all the water, okay? Because water has no place to go, so it's holding here, okay? So we're gonna wash the face with the choice of your products you picked. And we're gonna go ahead and we'll start with décolleté, because décolleté is a second face, okay? Neck, face, I'm spreading the cleanser all over. And you're using massaging movements, just gentle massaging movements. By now you already feel any tension in the chest, because the chest area, when it's for most of women, when it's tight, it's keeping all the water weight in the neck, okay? And it stretches the skin. So always think like this. One area below, when it's tense, it's holding the water weight above, right above, okay? So the movement supposed to be not too harsh, but firm enough. So it gives the confidence to you and to your client that you know what you're doing. When people touching like this, the client already know that maybe you're new at this job, or you're afraid of them, and that's not why they're here, okay? So we already, I'm using the cleanser, cleansing disposable tissues. Okay, and we're gonna wash the face. And my client has makeup on her lashes, so I'm gonna teach you actually how to remove the lashes makeup without irritating their eyes. Okay, so I'm using a cleanser, which is an oil base, but it's in the creamy texture. So I'm usually using one hand, holding right here. This is where my cleanser is. Okay, and you're gonna lift a little bit lashes, and you hold it a little bit. Okay, by now it's already right here. Okay, again you help it. There should be enough water not to get into the eye of the person. If it happens, sometimes it does, then you're gonna wash it off, or use a new cloth and use a cooler water, because it's never pleasant mascara in the face, okay? And again, everybody in different stage. Maybe you have little bit women in their 50s, 60s, and the skin already, you know, more stretched, so you always help him gently. Is that okay? So now we gently and safely, so they don't look like, you know, with raccoon eyes in the end of the facial. Okay. Right now, I already started the steamer, and we're gonna start with under steamer everything else. Okay, we're gonna do the other eye. Okay, that's a different approach. As you can see, you can do it this way, like that, very gently, because the creamy texture, it's always going to work between the lashes, and you can maybe use a little little movements to get in there. Again, going back. You can see how I open the eye. It's not a bad thing when client comes in with makeup, because that's how you're gonna get a state of the skin as it natural. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we'll use a toner, because it's brings the pH into the balance. What does that mean? When your skin is and always cover their mouth, as you can see, because a lot of people, they feel almost like they drown, you know, can't breathe when you spray over their face. And you can also tell them about it, okay? So they know what's happening. Now, toner. As you can see, the person wanted to inhale, okay? Toner, it's like your hydration in the form of water weight, because we're made of oils and we're made of water, so there's also always ratio of one or another, too much or too low, and you're always looking for this balance. And actually from your stomach it starts, okay? And you always changing your pH based on environment, what your body going through. Sometimes when you create certain pH in your body, in your skin, that's where the acne can't survive, because it doesn't have oxygen for them. Okay, depends on what you're trying to achieve. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and I'm going to prepare the skin for enzyme. I'm going to use 20% from Yonka enzyme gel base. Okay, and before that I'm going to use a gommage. Okay. And again, gommage I like because we can use that on the eyes, around the eye area, on the neck, very delicate, on the lips, okay, and rub it in, around the eye, and you don't need to rub it too harsh. Whatever it is you're using to exfoliate your skin, because the person of the skin, because we need to get rid of the dead cells. If the skin is sensitive, you're choosing products that are based on sensitive skin, okay? Because you're working with skin condition, not skin type. Because skin type always stays the same, condition always change, and that's why person is here to see. Okay. So we're working it nicely, relaxing the muscles, because the muscles, they attach to the skin. Circle motions, and when you feel, I feel already that it's already absorbing, very like soaks in. So now I know the skin is ready for the enzyme. If you're choosing just to use a toner and use a creamy enzyme or a gel enzyme, everybody is different, but the whole point is we are exfoliating the skin. Okay, so now we're going to use go ahead, and I'm using active micropeel. Okay. Use 1, 2. All right. Not to waste the product, of course, we can go ahead and use Q-tips. My apologies for this. And I already going to put this client under the steamer. the acceleration effect from the product to soften the skin, to make skin more absorbent, already starting. Okay. You can see this client, it's a little bit red, so I'm going to work with that. Just watch me. Okay. So I'm gonna start with her chin and cheeks. It is normal to experience a little bit of a tingling. Speak with your client, explain them what you're doing, because they feel like it's burning, and you can always ask them between 1 and 10, how strong do you feel prickling? How strong do you feel the prickling? Between 1 and 10. 0. 0? Well, you're already trained, so okay. Okay, but usually if your client tells you above 8, it's already a little bit too much, so you can take it off very quickly, okay? With cold water or to deactivate the acid. Okay, I'm gonna use the rest over décolleté, because nothing is more beautiful when somebody has a beautiful décolleté. It reduces the appearance of the sunspots, the liver spots, any pigmentation. Okay. Of course, the whole time you're wearing your gloves. I'm not, because you are in most of cases when you use enzymes or any pills, you use your gloves. Okay. So now I can see it's absorbing into the skin. We're going to apply 50-52 and anti-redness from yoga to make sure that we build enough the product, so the skin, it's more it gives away all the blackheads and impurities just as easy as it's going to absorb afterwards. Okay, so I'm going to mix sensitive cream and with the 58. You can use your fingertips or the tools. And this you can actually use around the eye area. Skin around the eyes always gets too little of attention, and over the lips. Okay? So it's actually gonna like it. Usually I just use it on the area where it's going to be extracted. Most of the time it's on the T-zone. Okay, now I already soaked in emulsion concentrate gauze. If you're using Luca, then you're using Luca. Okay, but we're doing Signature Royal York Spa facial. So usually it comes with 2 gauze. Okay, one is goes over décolleté and neck, because it's cold, right? Because it's essential oils. You don't want to keep them warm. You don't want to shock your client, so I do it just in front of steamer a little bit to warm it up, and then you apply it over the neck and décolleté. At first they might be like, ooh, the clients, but then it feels really good because it dissolves all the impurities. It opens up, it accelerates the effect of the enzymes, and it also heals the capillaries. And the actual emulsion concentrate, it's been how it started. The whole skincare started. Watch me how I do it. I warm it up again. The second one, which goes over the face, and we're gonna make a hole for the nose, so the person gonna breathe. And you're gonna let them know before you're gonna do this that you're gonna check with them. Is this okay? Is that feels okay? Because you're going to experience a little bit of tingling around the eye area and the area on the skin that more dehydrated than other areas. So as you can see, I made a hole. So this way the person doesn't feel trapped. Okay, and now you make sure it's attached to the whole the rosemary in this product, in this emulsion, it's going to make your capillaries super strong. And if the person has eczema, rosacea, redness, sensitivities caused by dehydration, this emulsion, depends how you're going to mix it and dilute with the distilled water, is going to address that concern, and you'll see how the person gonna feel and look squeaky clean. So when you do your blackhead removal, your extractions, the skin not gonna look as stressed because you're squishing, right, the tissue. Because their capillaries, if they are broken, that means they can't deliver goodies to the skin and all this oxygen to the skin to give that beautiful peachy glow, just like when we were twins. Okay, so by the vascular system you can tell how long the person is going to live. That's why we need to save our capillaries, and that's why this facial is so effective, because people see the difference right away and they don't look like victims after extractions. Okay? You check with your client how they feel. If they're comfortable, you're gonna run their hands, feet, if they need a little bit of support, their shoulders. Usually by the energy, they already you can feel that they are drifting away, or they already go down. Ask them to inhale again, because this is like Mother Nature kissing you. Okay? In about a minute or so, the person gonna start feeling a little bit tingling, and that's what I'm talking about when it's a really effective way, really restore the pH of the skin and make the skin super absorbent. I like to use knowledge from like as if you would make a dough and you add a little bit of olive oil for the pizza, and as you massage it, you make it more absorbent. And the more you can do this, the better the pizza going to taste after, because of the proper dough. And that's what we're making, proper dough. So it can give out, and it also can absorb. And the better you're gonna do layers, make skin more absorbent, the longer the effect after facial is going to stay, and the better the person going to feel. Okay? So after steamer, we're going to do extractions, and then we're going to use, usually after extraction for the signature facial, we're using the mask based on what you see for the skin. If the person too dry or then you can actually mix it for everybody. I would say for everybody. Let's go like this. Anti-redness, 50-52 or 50-58, depends what you have. It's just about rosemary. And then we can use a mud mask and mix a little bit with a gel, water-based mask. So this way, the mask not gonna get dry. Because these mud masks, when they get dry, they are stressing out the skin, so the skin feels for about 2 hours nice and clean. But then it's your oil glands, they are stressed and they producing more of oils, and you look like you can cook on your skin. You probably heard that expression before. And because our body, our skin, it's a very smart organ. So it thinks we need to pump it up because we already emptied that pore, right? So it's natural, unless you're going to fill it in with something what you think you should, what you think that skin needs. Okay, so I already mixed my cream. If you find that your cream a little bit too creamy, you're gonna use emulsion concentrate, and you're going to dilute it, and it's going to give that matte finish to the skin. Especially if the person very oily or acnetic. Also acnetic, don't forget, you don't give them the usual massage, you give them pressure points, because you don't want to activate the acne when it's active under the skin, when it lives inside there. because you're activating collagen and you're activating also acne. So that's why it's kind of, make sure you understand which massage you're going to choose for your client. And again, if it's somebody who's going through acne, we're going to focus more on calming and soothing the skin. After extractions, you give them more extractions. If it's somebody more mature, 25 plus, no breakouts, you're going to give them more of the massage because it's quite pleasant, and appropriate mask based on the goal of the client. You okay? So now it's been 7 to 10 minutes, okay? You're gonna come back to your client, you're gonna check. Usually the gauze, it's very almost kind of soaked into the skin and almost dry, okay? When you do it properly, okay? Because we use a steamer, of course it's not dry. So because nobody wants to be poked under the bright light, so this is the tip I'm giving you, how to cover their eyes so they're not stressed, because it's already not pleasant step of the facial to do extraction. So make sure you take care of their comfort, okay? Because it's a little bit cold, we're gonna take it off and you're gonna cover the person. Okay, this gauze, we don't need it anymore. And this step, actually, you're gonna put your gloves on. Also, if you're gonna use a needle, make sure you let the person know about it, and the person needs to agree to that. Don't forget also to make a note in for health inspection that you used a needle for this person and from which lot you used it, okay? So you have your tissue, and we're gonna go ahead and do extractions. I always start with the nose area. If the person has lots of them on the T-zone, then you start with nose, do on the cheeks because it's very painful, and you go ahead and do it fast. How to do them fast and properly, please watch the other video, how I teach how to do extractions, every type of extractions. Okay, so let's go ahead and remove them. Everybody, it's different. Maybe person going through menstrual period of time, they're more sensitive, so be mindful about that. But it's never kind of pleasant. It's more mentally discomforting, but always tell them, I usually tell my clients, it's going to be unpleasant, but I'll do it fast, okay? But the emulsion concentrate and the enzymes, anti-redness, and Phyto52, they already made the skin super nice and juicy, so it makes your job easier, because the pores is just going to give in what doesn't belong there. Okay, now I did the nose. We're gonna go ahead and use for the cheek area. It's an art to do proper extractions and fast. It's an art because everybody have different angle of the face. Some people you can grab their skin, some people they don't. Everybody different backgrounds. Watch different other video on different ethnical groups, how to do their extractions. Because let's say this person is Eastern European, if you're gonna use the pressure on their skin, on the skin of Asian person, then you're stimulating their melanin, and you might leave a bruise, and it's gonna look 2-3 shades darker than their actual skin tone. So, and it might stay there. So that's why it's important to understand how to do for different backgrounds, people, different approach. Okay, we're gonna do it second cheek. gonna move on to chin. Because that's where the most keratinized blackheads are live. Okay. If you need a new tissue, go ahead. Really thoroughly. If the person comes for because of the extractions to you, it's very important to them. It's a skill that you have to perfect. If you don't know how to do extractions, you can give them excellent massage, excellent talk, but if you don't know how to clean their pores properly, they will find somebody else who will. So it's all about practice. Just like when you're practicing your eyeliner properly to do it, it takes time. It's the same idea. Okay, let's use okay, so now we did T-zone, except the forehead. I'm gonna move to the forehead. Okay, as you can see, the person not very red because of the products we use. Okay, and you're gonna go ahead and clean their forehead. Okay, so now the most suspicious areas where usually the blackheads, whiteheads live, we're done. Always make sure, okay, there is one I found, whitehead. You usually stretch and you can see, or you can touch with your fingertip, touch it, stretch it, and you can feel the bumps, okay? Okay, so always clean their ears. They can't see their ears, but they will really appreciate, and behind the ears. They're really gonna feel like you're really looking after them, okay? How to clean ears extractions, watch the other video. Okay, and we're gonna go on the other side. And you're gonna again go on the other ear. And the person's extractions, it's finished. Okay. The faster you're gonna do it, the better it is. And we can go ahead and start with our high frequency machine, which is going to disinfect the skin. Usually the skin is very upset or hot and red after extraction. It's normal, you just stressed it out and you also steamed it before that, right? So we're gonna apply mask, not like in a classic Eastern European. We're going to first come down with the mask, the skin, and in the end we're going to use the custom-made cream by RYS Spa formulation, which you're going to massage it into the skin, choosing the massage that fits for this specific morphotype skin and skin type. Okay. I'm choosing anti-redness with Phyto 52 for the capillaries, because if the skin is red, capillaries very close to the surface, right? Okay, I don't see the mask that I need, the mud mask, so I would recommend to use actually the mud mask. Oh, I forgot I actually made one already. Okay? But I'm going to mix the mud mask with the cream so the skin doesn't get stressed and super dry. Okay? You never give the skin to get dry. Okay? This is going to be one time dip. And you're going to mix it. Mud mask. feels super refreshing. Some people are gonna feel tingling, it's normal. Okay. We don't apply too thick. I tell you why. The skin can absorb only so much. So if you usually when you see it on the videos, thick application of the creams, it's just for the video because it looks beautiful. But it's a little bit of a waste of product. Okay. So you apply it because it's nice and it's gonna make skin beautiful. By the way, don't forget there's the leftovers. You can give that in a little jar in the end of the facial to your client. Okay, now I'm going to use. You can use a gauze over the face, or you can use it just like that because. But you're going to clean the machine. Okay, make sure the person doesn't have a pacemaker or they had any surgeries because it's slightly electricity, sparkling ozone. But it's really good for the breakouts, for make pores more tight. Whatever product you're using underneath is going to accelerate the effect of it, and it's also come down the breakouts, kills the bacteria. So when you're gonna do the next treatment, next step, which is going to massage, the skin going to absorb it better. Because we need to cool down the skin before we're going to again stimulate with the massage movements, right? Quite often people are scared. Let me go back. First you always touch it like this, and then you touch to the person, okay? Because if you go straight, then they can freak out a little bit. Just be nice and relaxed. You spend about 1 to 3 minutes for the whole face, okay? If there's a lot of breakouts, then you spend some time. I actually like to use, even if the person okay with it, little sparkle, because it's kind of welding together the skin. If you use the needle underneath, which is going to shrink it back so you're actually able to do proper massage without spreading the blood, right? So now we're done. On the Colte, she didn't have any extraction, so we're good. And this is how you're not gonna wash your tool. I use a alcohol and I wipe it off, okay? Wipe it off, and then you can use again alcohol, and you're gonna leave it to soak in. I'm going to leave it here. Those are small details that will make your life easier in the long run. Okay, so we're done with steps here, so we need to wash the face. Okay, make sure you use a new cloth, face wash cloth, okay, and fresh water. I'll show you a little trick how you're gonna use, how you're gonna remove the mask easy. Use a water your hand, and you're going to rub it a little bit. So you're gonna soften in the mask to take it off. Okay? Wash it off. Just soften it. Also, the client already nice and relaxed. And now you can actually go ahead and wipe it off with the tissue. Okay. If you're using towel, then it's a towel. If you're good with your sponges, use your sponges. madness because the cream which we're going to massage into the skin is going to stay with the person. We're going to use on top of it SPF. Some of it we will wipe it off. I'll explain in the end why. Sometimes the skin starts being more oily after stimulation with the movement. And what happened is the reaction between the skin and what came out of the skin from the movement and your product can cause them breakout. We don't want that. So you wipe it off very gently, top layer. Okay, now you have a clear picture. The skin is ready to absorb. Okay? After all this stress the person went through, this is going to be like a cherry on top. They feel clean. They think it's finished, but it's not. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and start with the décolleté. How to do properly massage movements. Watch the other videos. Always make sure you're in contact with your client in terms of intuitively. Listen whether they're breathing, because most of the time they hold in their breath. And if you look at their face when they're relaxed, lots of people twitching because they've fallen asleep and then they're afraid to let go of a control. You can see on their face whether they had a sudden thought because they're using their muscle. And you're gonna guide them through it. Ask them to breathe, because breathing, it's always bring you to yourself. Back of the neck, it's so important for every single person to stretch it at home. And when you have somebody on the chair quite tense or stressed, they all have back of the neck tense. So work on it, because it's going to make your job easier. When person's relaxed, it's better to give them easier to give them that effect of a mini vacation. Always make sure your nails short. You don't want to scratch a person, because I just thought about my nails, so I wanted to mention that you don't want to scratch the person who is trusting you, their face and their skin, while you're massaging them. Unless you're so good with your movements and you know how to give a joyful massage while you have nails, that's a different story, but I never met anybody like this. Okay. So always work around the face before you're working on the face. Find the pressure that works for your client. Some people, they're a little bit more sensitive, but I find firmly pressure, people love that. If the skin is too sensitive, then you're going to choose different massage. Find a face chart massage. Above collarbone, under. It's very important, because because usually over here it's holding the water in the neck. And those rings that nobody likes, that's exactly what it is. It's a tension of the muscle holding that. Always firmly move their heads. A lot of clients, they actually almost fight you, but you kind of guide them through it. Not demandingly, slightly. It's almost like a dance with each other, with your heads. So your massage is supposed to take between 7 to 10 minutes. If you did your extractions super fast, when you give them longer massage, so you can fit in 60 to 70 minutes, whatever protocol it says. The whole treatment. Ask client to keep their jaw relaxed, because it happens usually not intentionally. Run out of the moisturizer, you're gonna go back, add more, and now you're gonna give them last movements before you're going to wipe it off. Residue of the cream and apply the SPF. sure you see it's almost when you started from the beginning. Remember where it was tension for the client, and usually by end of the massage they already relaxed. Some of the, of course, in the one facial, one massage, it's not gonna go away all of it, but this is how you know you're gonna make the notes for the clients to take home what they need to work on. And even always I find when you just recommend neck and shoulders stretches and relax the chewing muscles, this alone already makes a huge difference in the mood, in the way they breathe, in the way their posture is, even for ourselves, right? Because we are preach what we teach, and we have to live the same lifestyle, what we asking our clients. You can grab your client by the head and move around a little bit. Also pay attention which side for them a little bit more tense and tight. And that's how you can actually indicate why maybe asymmetry in the face. This is more in depth in the massage course. Adjust the headband, and you're gonna wash it off the product. You can see this person's skin got a little more, looks like it's oily, so that's a good indicator. You're gonna wash it off, and you can even apply the same cream that you use, but we wanna avoid any breakouts. Perfect. I think her skin gonna really like his clinical active serum because it's a retinol. It's low time release retinol, vitamin C, lactic salicylic acid. Because this way her skin not gonna produce too much grease. But if it's going to, because this is an acidic water weight, together they're gonna have a good relationship inside the pores, and the skin gonna look more polished and even and brighter, especially the next day. 4 to 6 drops over the person, not over their eyes. Like that, like that, like that. And you spread it on the neck. You might be feeling a little bit prickly. Okay. Then you can use a cream or SPF on top. See how the skin feel. If it's produce its own oil a lot, skip the cream, just use a SPF. If it doesn't, then especially if it's winter, a creamy base. I'm going to use on her a cream 93 because it's for a combination skin, but it also gives that matte. And also don't forget, if you want to make any cream in Yonka more matte, you're gonna add a little bit of emulsion concentrate, and it's going to be soaked in, and it gives that beautiful hydrating fluid, which is going to be more like a silicone water weight, but not the water weight that will crystallize on the skin in the winter, which it's not a good idea. you know what's happening with the water in the winter. It crystallizes, and if you have that on your skin, it's stressing out the skin. I'm gonna use eye cream, Phyto Contour. I love this cream. Oh, sorry, Alpha Contour actually. I love this cream. It's good for the swelling under the eyes, dark circles, and because of the kind of jelly texture, it's going to kind of keep the muscle relaxed, and it makes if person feel like it's toning their eye. And you can use your SPF. Again. Winter, summer, doesn't matter. You're gonna use SPF, okay? Just winter time, you're gonna use 30 to 50, and summer, of course, 50 plus. Because it's winter, we're not using on the décolleté. If it's summer, yes. When you finish, you're going to tell person with your moves, how you doing, how you feeling. Yeah? You can ask them if there was something that I need to know more, maybe less pressure, and you're gonna ask them to open their eyes and show them their skin. And explain exactly what happens, okay? Because before you start, you do the same, and so they can see what you did. Because person doesn't know what to look for, and you can see if there's any redness. You're gonna say, here we did this. It's gonna come down. Wait a couple of hours or even a couple of days. It's totally normal. You're gonna teach them how to take care of it, okay? All right, and you're gonna leave them alone. Tell them to stretch, and you'll see them outside, recommend them the juice, and give them recommendation for the skincare and how to take care of themselves at home, and book them for next appointment, and give them the whole program, what you think for them is the best to achieve their goals. Thank you. Немножко отдохнула?
Да, немножко
Окей.
отдохнула. Только у меня морозы все время. Так, знаешь, как мороз.
Ты не спала?